So when the recording doesn't match your mental model, it feels like a betrayal. This is the Voice Room Podcast, the show where your voice gets the upgrade it deserves. From daily conversations to high-stakes meetings, we are here to make every word count. Hello there, welcome back to the Voice Room Podcast. And I'm Karina Tien, your speech, voice, and communication coach. I'm here to help you understand, love, and unlock your voice so that it finally matches the power of your thoughts. Today's episode is about something I hear literally every week from friends, clients, or even strangers once they know what I do. They will tell me, Karina, I really hate the sound of my voice. Sound familiar? You're not alone. In 2005, a study published in the Journal of Voice found that more than 80% of people react negatively to the sound of their recorded voice. But the question is, why? So today we are unpacking that with some science, some psychology, and a bit of controversy, and of course, practical ways to stop cringing when you hit the play button. So let's dive in. Okay, let's start with the obvious question. Why does your voice sound different when it's recorded? It is not in your head. You are literally hearing a different sound. Yes, a totally different sound. Hello, a quick note. Enrollment is now open for the Voice Room Masterclass 2026. If you have been enjoying these episodes and want to take your communication skills to the next level, this program is for you. We will begin in March and spots are limited. So visit thevoiceroom.com/masterclass to save your spot. Now, back to the show. When you speak, your voice travels to your ears in two ways, through the air or through your bones. Through the air, we call air conduction, and through the bones, we call bone conduction. Bone conduction adds more low frequencies, and it makes your voice sound warmer, fuller, and deeper to you. But when you listen to a recording, you're only listening to your voice through air conduction, just like everyone else hear you. So that deep, rich sound you think you have, that's bone filtered. The recording gives you the raw, unfiltered version. And often, that version feels thin, high-pitched, or even annoying. But here's the catch. It only sounds worse because it is unfamiliar. This is a classic case of what psychologists call the mere exposure effect. The more familiar you are with something, the more we tend to like it. So your own recorded voice, unfamiliar, uncomfortable. Here is where it gets slightly uncomfortable, but important. Some of us hate our voice recordings, not because they sound different, but because they challenge our self-image. Think about it. Your voice is tied to your identity. You have grown up with that internal version of how you think you sound. So when the recording doesn't match your mental model, it feels like a betrayal. In a 2013 article in Time magazine, cognitive scientist Phil Jekyll explained that this mismatch between expected and actual voice can create what's called cognitive dissonance. Basically, you're going, wait, I thought I sounded competent and warm, but I sound nasally and unsure. This dissonance makes us feel exposed. People who are more self-critical or perfectionist tend to have stronger negative reactions to their voice. I've worked with CEOs, educators, or even podcasters who avoided listening to their own recordings because it didn't sound like them. But what they were really saying is, it doesn't match the version of me I want to believe I am. And that's okay. Awareness is the first step. Let's go deeper. In some cultures, particularly in many Asian societies, there are historical expectations to be soft-spoken, indirect, and self-effacing. Speaking with too much energy or clarity was sometimes seen as arrogant or impolite. So, if we were raised in that environment, hearing your voice amplified and direct, especially in English, can feel aggressive or alien. On top of that, gender expectations come into play. A year 2020 study in the Journal of Acoustical Society of America found that women's voices are often judged more harshly in recordings, especially if they speak with vocal fry or uptalk, both of which, by the way, are common and not inherently bad. The point is, part of our discomfort isn't just personal. It is cultural conditioning. Let's get into the how. Step number 1, exposure and objectivity. Start recording yourself regularly. Short voice notes, podcast drafts, even daily reflections. Then, instead of focusing on, do I sound good? Ask yourself, is it clear? Is it expressive? Does it match my intention? You are retraining your brain to hear your voice as a tool, not an identity. Step number 2, warm up your voice before you hit the record button. Often, we hate our voice because we are tense and we are unprepared. 2 minutes of lip drill, humming, or breathing can make a huge difference in resonance and tone. Step 3, play with your voice. Most of people only use 1 or 2 voice settings. But your voice can be warm, firm, playful, and authoritative. Try saying the same sentence 3 ways. Record them. Play them back. You will discover you have more vocal color than you think. Step number 4, get feedback from someone you trust. We are our own harshest critics. But most people listening to you aren't focusing on pitch. They're listening to energy, intention, and clarity. Ask a friend, how did that sound to you? The answers might surprise you. Step number 5, embrace the messy middle. Yes, you'll sound awkward sometimes. That's part of growth. Your voice is a living, changing thing. It will evolve, and as it does, you grow into it. Let me share with you a quick real-life story. One of my clients, let's call her Denise, was a brilliant analyst, but she hated speaking in meetings. She said, I sound like a 12-year-old. No one takes me seriously. So we recorded her. She cringed. Then we worked on her breath, tone, and pacing. A month later, we recorded again. She cried, not because she sounded perfect, but because she finally sounded like herself. And now, she presents on boards and teaches workshops. Her voice didn't change. Her relationship with her voice did. Here's the truth. Your recorded voice may never sound exactly how you expect it to. But that doesn't mean it is bad. It means it is real. And the more you use it, the more familiar and lovable it becomes. So you don't need to sound like Morgan Freeman or Emma Stone. You just need to sound like the most grounded, intentional version of you. So next time you hear your voice on a video or podcast or even voicemail, pause before you cringe. Breathe. Listen with curiosity, not judgment. That voice is yours. It deserves to be heard. And if you found today's episode helpful, share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment or rating. It helps so much. And follow us on Instagram at The Voice Room or LinkedIn at Karina Tien for daily voice tips and behind the scenes. Thank you once again for being here today. My name is Karina Tien, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode of the Voice Room podcast. Talk to you soon.